now gonna move on to the variable interest rate spreadsheet here. Before we get started with this, there is an exercise where you will basically have to do what I show you in this tutorial, and that will be in this spreadsheet here. So after watching the video, you can just write yourself because basically it is the same that we'll be doing in this spreadsheet. And if you run into any problem, then you can just come back to this tutorial and you can just see how I do things. So when it comes to the loans and mortgages, as you know, the interest rate can change from time to time. So we do have an example here of a 24-month loan with a varying interest rate. I will say though, these interest rates are a little bit too extreme. They go from 9% to all the way up to 10%, and then on some occasions it is up to 11%. So it is quite extreme. But I want to make it a little extreme just for the sake of this tutorial. But in any case, I'll show you how to work this out with PMT function. We are going to write out a PMT function here. So why are we putting it here and not over here on the left like what we did in the previous tutorial? Well, the PMT needs to account for the varying different interest rates here in this column. So we have to write out the PMT here, and then we will use the autofill. It should fill in all the figures correctly. This time we are actually going to write out the PMT function. So of course you will put in your equal sign in here and then type out PMT open parentheses, and as you can see it's of course asking for a rate. So we do have the starting rate here, but this is not what we want. We want to get the one here. So we'll select this. Since we are dealing with monthly payments, so we will divide it by 12. Our comma will go in, and now we can move on the number of periods. Now this is where it gets a little different. Just looking at this table, we have 24 months and it starts at 0. So there's actually 25 different rows. So what we have to do here is actually type in 25 minus this one here, and I'll put my comma in here. So that's actually the correct way of doing it, but basically that will account for the number of periods. And once again, when we use autofill to fill in this row, it should work correctly. Now we have the present value, which is going to be negative value because it is a cash outflow, and we are going to select it from here. Just remember to do it from here and not from here, otherwise this will not work correctly. Comma will go in, the future value will be 0 because loan will be paid off, comma once again, and the loan will be taken out at the end of the period, or in other words at the end of the month. So we'll type in 0, and now it is ready to go. So we'll press enter, and there is our answer. So now what we can do is to move on to the interest per payment. Just to let you know the column now, if you just try to autofill the column now, it's not going to work. So yeah, what we have to do is to fill in the cell here and then this cell here, and then it should all work. So let's find out what the interest is per payment. You may remember what the simple formula is. It's equals the balance here, multiply it by the rate here, and then divide it by 12 because we want to find out monthly payments. And we'll press enter. So this is how much the interest is for the first payment here. Then the principal paid is quite simply going to be equals payments minus interest per payment. So we'll click enter, and that gives us the principal paid, and then we can move on to working out what the balance is. So we'll just go here, type in equals and then select this minus the interest paid and we'll hit enter. Now what we can do is we can just select all of these here and use autofill to fill in this table, and hopefully it will work out well. We can see the varying payments here. So these are changing obviously because we have varying interest rate, and you can see that the interest is also changing because of the varying interest rates. And then we have the balance going all the way to 0. If you get one thing wrong, just one thing, it may not work at all. Or of course it will give you a wrong answer back. But of course this is what these tutorials are all about. So you get a better understanding of how these things work. So as I mentioned in the beginning of this tutorial, you can just try this exercise here, which is going to be in this spreadsheet here. So you can attempt what I have just showed you in this spreadsheet and see how you get on. One thing to know actually before you go further, you'll notice that I do have some totals here. So I will say this is just an option, but you can do this just to double check things, just to make sure that you are doing it correct. So just look at, let's say, this figure here, 2401.36. You can see that this has been added on to this 25,000. So we have a total here 27,401.36. So we can say that that's accurate. So then of course this is adding up exactly 25,000 because this is the principal paid and this is the interest paid, and this is 0. But what I did with this was I just put in equal sign and selected the cell above here and pressed enter just to bring it down here, just to make it look nice and neat. But the main thing is that it says 0 here.